In this lesson, we move from sentence parts to sentence design. When you understand simple, compound, and complex sentences, your English becomes clearer, more expressive, and far more natural in both speaking and writing. Many learners use only short, basic sentences, or they join ideas in weak and confusing ways. This lesson helps you choose the right sentence shape for the right meaning, so your English sounds organized instead of flat. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify simple, compound, and complex sentences, build each one correctly, avoid common mistakes, and upgrade plain writing into richer English. Think of these three sentence types as three levels of design. A simple sentence gives one complete idea. A compound sentence joins two equal ideas. A complex sentence connects one main idea with one supporting idea. This visual map gives you the full structure at a glance. Focus first on the relationship between ideas, not on the length of the sentence. Length alone does not decide the type. A simple sentence contains one independent clause. That means it has one complete thought which can stand alone. It may be short or long, but the core idea remains one complete unit. Many learners hear the word simple and think basic or boring. But a simple sentence can still be powerful, descriptive, and elegant. The key is that it contains only one independent clause. Look at these examples carefully. Each sentence gives one complete idea, even when it includes extra details. This is a very important rule. A sentence is not complex just because it is long. If it has only one independent clause, it is still a simple sentence, even with phrases and modifiers added. Use a simple sentence when you want directness, clarity, impact, or quick pacing. It is especially useful for instructions, key points, and strong statements. A compound sentence joins two independent clauses. In other words, it connects two complete thoughts that are equal in importance. Most compound sentences are formed in one of two common ways. We either use a coordinating conjunction, or we use a semicolon when the ideas are closely related. The coordinating conjunctions are often remembered as FANBOYS, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. You do not have to force all of them into one lesson, but you should recognize them because they often build compound sentences. Here is the structure visually. Notice that both sides can stand alone as complete sentences. That balance is what makes the structure compound. In each example, both sides are complete. Read each half separately, and you will see that both can stand alone. A compound sentence is useful when both ideas deserve equal weight. One idea does not depend on the other. They stand side by side. When two independent clauses are joined by a coordinating conjunction, we usually place a comma before that conjunction. This rule is very important in formal writing. A complex sentence contains one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. The dependent clause adds time, reason, condition, contrast, or some other supporting meaning. A dependent clause has a subject and a verb, but it cannot stand alone. It needs the main clause to complete the meaning. Many complex sentences begin with clue words such as because, although, when, if, since, while, after, before, and unless. These words often introduce the dependent clause. The flow of a complex sentence is different from a compound sentence. One clause is central, and the other works in support of it. Notice how the supporting clause adds extra meaning such as reason, time, condition, or contrast. In a complex sentence, the dependent clause may come first or second. If it comes first, we usually place a comma after it. If it comes second, that comma is often unnecessary. This comparison is very useful. The core meaning stays similar, but the sentence style changes the rhythm and structure. Here is the clean difference. A simple sentence gives one complete idea. A compound sentence gives two equal ideas. A complex sentence gives one main idea and one supporting idea. When you want to identify the sentence type quickly, start by counting independent clauses. Then look for conjunctions or dependent clause markers. Good grammar learners should not only identify sentence types, they should also convert one form into another. That helps you build flexibility in writing. Sometimes the same idea can also be reduced into a simple sentence by changing the wording. This is where vocabulary and grammar work together. Choose a simple sentence when you want clean communication, fast reading, or strong emphasis. It is often the best choice for key facts and short explanations. Choose a compound sentence when both ideas are equally important and deserve equal space. It creates balance and smooth movement between related thoughts. Choose a complex sentence when one idea should lead and the other should support. It helps you express reason, time, condition, concession, and purpose more precisely. In real conversation, all three sentence types appear naturally. Good speakers mix them instead of using the same pattern again and again. A very common mistake is to join two complete sentences with only a comma. This error is called a comma splice, and it should be corrected. Another mistake is to write a dependent clause as if it were a full sentence. A dependent clause needs a main clause to complete the meaning. Some learners overuse because and create awkward or repetitive writing. The solution is not to avoid complex sentences, but to vary your structures wisely. If all your sentences sound alike, your writing feels flat. A smart writer uses sentence variety on purpose. Read each sentence and identify its type before checking the answers. Focus on clause structure, not on sentence length. Let us raise the level slightly. These examples are still manageable, but you must pay attention to how the clauses connect. Now try building the sentence type that is asked for. This is the kind of practice that turns passive knowledge into active skill. Pause the video and speak aloud. Try one sentence of each type. Speaking the patterns helps you remember them far better than only reading them. Which version sounds better and more complete? Choose the sentence that is grammatically stronger. Here is a final writing tip. If every sentence in a paragraph is short and disconnected, the paragraph feels mechanical. Sentence variety adds movement and maturity. Before we close, let us review the full lesson in one clean path. This map should stay in your mind whenever you read or write a sentence. Today you learned that sentence type depends on clause structure, not on length. A simple sentence gives one complete idea. A compound sentence joins two equal complete ideas. A complex sentence connects one main idea with a supporting clause. Use them deliberately, and your English will immediately sound stronger. If you remember only one thing, remember this comparison. In the next lesson, we will study parts of speech overview, so you can see the full grammar map and understand how different word classes work together inside sentences.